don't need a high-end designer or a lot of money to get a luxe look. Be your own interior designer.
This is Affordable Interior Design, the podcast.
Here's your host, Betsy Helmuth.
So this letter was from episode 296, and it was from Brandi. And Brandi writes, Betsy, I was wondering what sort of lighting you typically do in open concept rooms with 8-foot ceilings. Our dining room is at the center of our living space and is the only statement lighting that will hang from the ceiling in the room. Is it okay for a pendant or chandelier to hang above the dining table, even though it will come to about 6 feet tall, my husband's chin? Or would something like a flush or a semi-flush mount be more appropriate? Attached is the picture with the main living space from the kitchen. The dining room will be centered in the room in front of the bay window. So guys, if you're listening to this on the podcast, you won't want to miss these photos. You'll head over to our YouTube channel, which you can find at affordableinteriordesign.com/links. You can also see the pictures in our show notes. Again, that's affordableinteriordesign.com/links. So you can see everything that I'm talking about. But I told her, what I still feel to this day is that from the top of the table to the bottom of the light fixture, if the light fixture is over the table, it's 29 to 34 inches. That's the rule of thumb that I follow, and it makes everything look really nice because nobody's walking under that chandelier or pendant because it's over the table. But if you have 8-foot ceilings, I told her that I typically do a flush mount. I typically don't do anything that has a drop if it's not above a piece of furniture like the dining table, unless it's 9 feet ceilings or higher. But as soon as I finished recording that episode, I said, Betsy, you do semi-flushes in ceilings that have 8 feet ceilings or less. And 8-foot ceiling is regulation, so very rarely does it have less. And if it had less than 8 feet, well, I would do a flush mount. I don't want to have to create another situation in which I have to redo this answer. But for ceilings that are 8 feet tall, I would definitely do a semi-flush mount. And a semi-flush mount means that it's not flush to the ceiling. It has a small drop. Usually that drop is under 18 inches. So you want to think about how tall normal people are. And normal people are under 7 feet tall. So you do have about 12 inches of wiggle room there. So I would do a semi-flush that's 12 to 14 inches in height. I think that would look really beautiful. And I regularly do it in places that have 8-foot ceilings, especially places like an entry or foyer.
A big thank you to our amazing producer, Catherine Heller, to Aton and the MCR House Band, and to Affordable Interior Design, the sponsor of this podcast and the premier place to get an amazing look on a budget. Check out affordableinteriordesign.com. If you guys love the show, the very best way to support us is by spreading the word. Tell your friends or write us an awesome review on iTunes. So until next week, guys, thanks so much for joining us, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.